So we put it on the dyno now. We are gonna figure out how much horsepower it makes. This is just kind of out of curiosity because the car runs fantastic and it's pretty dang fast and it doesn't feel like it needs any more horsepower. But we have a dyno at the shop. Why do we have a dyno at a speaker shop? Are we idiots?
We are absolutely idiots, yes.
Yeah, so we're idiots. This is, to give you a 10-second synopsis, I had so many modified drift cars that were super modified. Did I just kick the thing off?
Yes.
Okay, well he fixes it. I'll explain real quickly why we have a dyno. For the Koi event a few years ago, we built 3 cars in 3 days and it was a gigantic disaster. No, 3 cars in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And it was a gigantic disaster. We had like 5 people helping. And remember, True runs a speaker shop. This is what he does, is he builds speakers and high-end audio equipment. And we needed a dyno for all 3 cars basically to get tuned. And it cost so much to get 3 cars tuned with the dyno and everything else over the course of, a week. I had to basically rent the dyno for like, I don't know.
4 days.
4 days or something. It cost thousands of dollars in dyno time. I thought I was getting hooked up. They told me that, and then they just like slid me a effing bill. I shouldn't say the other word. They slid me a bill that was crazy. So I bought this used dyno for really cheap because that's how I roll. Derek and True had to build like little boxes and stuff to make the thing work because we couldn't afford the real software and everything else. So we would like pirate hack the whole thing together. When I say we, I mean they.
Made an encoder wheel out of a aluminum tooth sprocket for a motorcycle. We actually cut the grooves on this roller ourselves because we couldn't hold any torque past about 300 wheel torque.
Yeah, like this didn't have grooves. I cannot tell you how insane it was to watch him cut these grooves. It was craziness. We had to move this thing around on a forklift. It looked like it was going to fall.
Yeah,
and we got the thing from AutoComp for really cheap. So we got lucky because it's been sitting around unused since the 90s. I need to not fall over that wire. And go for it, True. Let's find out how much power this thing makes. Anyways, that's the story of why we have a dyno. So this is just a personal dyno. Because again, we're stupid. This is not the correct dyno sheet. I'm just showing you for fun what that looks like. Yeah. I wonder if there's ear protection anywhere. Is there ear protection? There is ear protection. Alright, let's put on ear protection. Alright, I now have ear protection. Probably shouldn't stand in front of it.
This will be the run something? Huh? It's good. This will be the run 3 values. But it was only 3rd gear.
Okay, 3rd gear dyno. What did it make? 409?
420 and 380. But it was 3rd gear.
So it's the 3rd run.
Yeah.
Okay. So you think we need to run it in 4th gear?
It'll make more power in 4th.
All right, let's run it in 4th. Drink. Alright, we should be on a 4th run. Where's the 4th run?
It'll be 3rd run again.
It's 3rd run again? Oh, where'd it go?
Holy shit. 487.
Whoa. Wait, 487?
Yeah.
Holy cow, that seems really high.
It seems pretty high.
Do you think the dyno's off, or that run's off, or the gearing?
It can't be the gearing because it's directly to the motor RPM. Could be like dyno calibration a tiny bit or something, but this
That's
is
still a lot of power.
Yeah, this is a Mustang dyno. It seems to be pretty close to accurate at compared to a Dynojet with the current settings. So I would guess, I don't know, that sounds like a lot of power, man.
Yeah. It feels like a lot when we drive around on the highway.
I would guess 475 is a reasonable
the correct dyno sheet so we just see the dyno sheet of this one
I
run?
was just trying to compare directly to another one. Let me kill that.
All right, he's comparing it. Let's put up that dyno sheet. All right. Oh my God, that is the flattest thing I've ever seen. So, is the RPM correct?
I ran it right into about 62, yeah.
Okay. It revs to
It was still
65.
making more power, but I got kind of scared because I got a vibration going in fourth.
Okay. Yeah, so it revs to 65. Can you turn it off? All right, now the audio might not be garbage. I no longer need these little guys. All right, so that's what the dyno sheet looks like. It looks incredibly just straight across, which is nuts. It looks like it's making from 3,500 RPM and lower. Are you gonna give it a different value?
I'm just gonna scooch it.
Scooch it over. All right, so we're making over 400 foot-pounds of torque at the wheels
Let me go a little further.
from down in the 2,000 range. This is ridiculous. Okay, so it looks like it has some cam lag because it has a big cam, and also that's when he's getting on the gas.
Yeah, it starts at 2,000.
Down it to the 2,000 range. By 2,900, we're making basically all the torque we're really going to make. It's going to come up a little bit, but you know, like we're starting to flatten off in the torque. The torque is right around the 400 and something range there. All right, let's just call that 420 torque. It's going to flatten out. It's going to end up basically still above 400 all the way at red line. So it's always making over 400 wheel torque no matter where we are. The horsepower doesn't matter so much. What's the torque at?
Hold on, I'm going to give you an average torque over the whole run.
Oh, we have an average torque.
424 average torque. Oh,
Can
sorry,
you-
324.
Wait, where?
No, 424 average
Yeah.
torque across the entire run.
Can you readjust that so it's just 420?
I mean, yeah, but like, no.
That's a lot of effort.
Yeah.
All right. So I think what we've learned is it has an acceptable amount of power
Yeah,
anywhere in the power
it's
range.
quick.
It has leather seats. I'm kind of disappointed they're not heated, honestly.
Yeah.
We're going to get rid of that shift knob and go back to the stock shift knob. It looks like it has a little tiny set screw in the bottom. That one has a set screw in a different place. That one has a ring on
yeah,
the
I
bottom
see
and
it.
it's a set screw. There's two different types. I don't know. This is the second video we've done on it. The videos are super raw.
So the thing is, in third gear, this type of dyno takes into account the roller weights, and you have to basically the longer the run you do, the less the roller weight difference is made. So the longer the run, the more accurate it should be. But it seems a little high, but like this is fast. I don't know, man. 490 seems like a lot.
After driving it, and it is LS3 heads, they said,
Yeah.
aftermarket stage 3 cam, whatever the hell stage 3 means. I believe it's stock injectors. It has a tune. It has long tube headers and full exhaust. It has an intake, and I think that's it, right?
He called it a full bolt-on car.
Yeah,
so.
it's a full bolt-on car. I think that for an LS2 probably is about correct since it has heads and stuff on it. I would think 480 wheel is about right. Because they make 400 crank from the factory.
Yeah.
So with heads, a cam, headers, and full exhaust and all that stuff, I would expect 100 wheel on a LS. don't
Let's
you
claim
think?
it's like 470.
I'm fine with any number.
Yeah,
I don't even care.
but we just did a...
The torque's pretty amazing, though.
Yeah. It's
And the
pretty
fact that... Oh, I was going to say, and the fact that I could not literally buy an LS2 and bolt on and do everything and have headers and exhausts.
You
and,
couldn't buy the parts to have made that power.
Yeah, you couldn't buy the parts, and we got an entire car.
Yeah.
So hopefully it doesn't immediately rod knock on us, and we'll be happy.
Sick.
We're filming on a new iPhone X, by the way, and it's pretty rad.
I think I
and-
did switch it to 4K 24 now, so...
Oh, cool. I was gonna say, and I love Japanese wheels on a Corvette. My big problem is I have no 5x120 RPF ones.
I'm gonna murder you.
Yeah, Drew's getting mad at me because I'm tripping over the cord. I have no 5x120 RPF ones, so we're on my BMW wheels right now. But maybe they'll give me RPF ones. I don't think there's anything else to say, except probably that fourth gear, that run on the dyno in fourth gear. it's probably like 140 miles an hour. You didn't look at the
I
speedo,
wasn't.
did you?
No, I got kind of scared and let off at like 63 instead of letting it rev all the way out because it went through an oscillation around like 55 to 6. I'm just like, oh,
Yeah,
stay in it, I guess.
We didn't balance the wheels or anything.
Yeah. Well, also the dyno is like it'll overspeed on me, so I might do one more pull and see what it does. Check all my calibrations on the thing and see what it does.
Okay. We don't have HP tuners to look at the tune or anything, do we?
Ethan does, but not right now.
Okay. Well, we might look at the tune at some point too, and just see if it's a nice, safe drift tune. We would like to delete the traction control, which we might be able to do since I think the car is an HP tuner car, which means maybe the credit is unlocked in the ECU. We've learned that the thing makes plenty of power, and I think that's it. Long enough video. Anything else to say, True?
I'm good, man.
Okay. We don't need to do anything power-wise or anything to this car.
We could take some away.
We could do that. I wonder if we could, whatchamacallit?
You're gonna murder tires.
Well, no, I was gonna say well, I mean, like, that's literally what we're doing.
Yeah, but
I wonder if we could change the, damn it, I forgot what I was gonna say.
Too much power?
No, not a power thing. It doesn't matter. Oh, I was gonna say, I wonder if we are gonna have to change the clutch, because I think it's gonna be a stock flywheel and clutch. And
Your Mustang lasted quite a long while with that stock part. It was just the springs that exploded.
Yeah, but I'm gonna drive this thing hard. And the Mustang was
Mustang?
Yeah.
I don't know if you can drive it harder than the Mustang.
The Mustang was also stock power. This thing probably makes 100 wheel more.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say, I get 1 credit for a clutch from spec each season and flywheel package.
Yeah.
So I might, like, for myself, because I've been with them for like 11 years, I might end up doing, like, if I could get some twin, maybe a twin plate nutso
You're
clutch.
gonna drive this thing like a Assetto Corsa. You're gonna hurt yourself.
That's what I hope. I was gonna say that those cut like 40 pounds off the weight of the clutch and flywheel assembly.
Yeah.
But it might also end up really hard to drive, because I did that with my early.
Oh, then it just falls too fast. Then you're always having to like drive it like your turbo or something.
Yeah, I had that on my in 2007 or 2006 when we first built my first LS1 like competition car. We had a button flywheel. The flywheel, clutch, and everything was 8 pounds.
Jesus.
And with the really big cam and an LS1 back in the day before like there was all the good cams and everything.
Wouldn't even stay running.
Yeah, it wouldn't even stay running. We had to idle it at like 2,000 RPM, and it would rev like a chainsaw. It would just be like wah wah wah, and as it came down, it would fall so fast in RPM that the ECU couldn't catch it, and it would just turn the car off. It was nuts. Okay, that was really simple. I'm liking these simple videos. Oh, thank you, True. I want to say thank you for True because he dynoed the car, and even though this used to be my dyno, I'm selling it to him. And it's going to be his, because this whole shop is his shop, and he lets me put my crap out here, and he's the one that knows how to operate it. He knows how to tie down cars so they don't fall off and everything. I have never once used this dyno by myself.
Only Ethan has, really.
Nor do I ever want to. All right. Oh, also, Derek made these ramp things. And everybody almost always breaks their legs on these. You can step through the ramps and everybody stands on them, and then you just like fall through. And it's not too dangerous down here, but up at the top, you will absolutely break your legs. That's like admitting defeat if somebody does that, and liability if somebody eventually breaks their legs.
No. Like you told them it'll happen. So
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Oh, let's show them one more quick thing. Come here.
What?
Let's show them that. Is the 1J in your car?
I mean, it's in there.
Yeah, let's show them the 1J real quick. So, this car is a sister car to my Comp S13. This is the Toby Speakers S13. This ate so many SRs. Remember how many? Well, of course you remember. You paid for them.
went through like 6.
It went through like 6 SRs. And the SRs were really good when they'd
The
run.
one that I tuned lasted about a year and a half.
Yeah, I was going to say they were amazing when they ran, but every once in a while just something stupid would happen and it would take out a motor. Because they're E85 and they're high compression, we're doing all kinds of crazy stuff. Because the JZX100s are so reliable in Japan, he's putting a completely stock 1J in there.
Except that I'm an idiot and I put a CD009 on it, of course.
Yeah, and he should have done an R154.
Nah. Thanks, Will, for your old clutch setup and transmission, I suppose.
So what have we learned?
Michael Castro.
Really quickly, this car cost far more than that car. This car has taken hundreds and hundreds of hours to keep going. That car just runs. What have we learned?
That we're idiots and we should all buy Corvettes.
Yeah. This car is gonna be rad because it's gonna make 1JZ noises.
It has a 3076 Gen 2 GTX turbo going on it eventually.
And we still have the 370Z back there. How many hours of work have we put into that?
15?
Like 4?
No, we did
15?
a bunch of work on the front end.
Oh yeah. Okay, but we have maybe like a day and a half of work in that thing. We just push it aside because it runs. Like there's nothing to do to it. Yeah. Like these, like I'm just waiting for parts on that, and when they get mailed out, we'll have something. And until then, it's just a car that sits there. Okay. Let us. God, that was so easy. Like just to dyno the car and be done.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna go edit this thing. By edit, I mean just go press upload.
I'm gonna read. I think what happened is my
Oh.
weight is off. My weight is off.
Yeah.
My calibration is off by about 7 to 8%, I think.
Okay. Okay. He's gonna mess with the dyno a tiny bit more. Everybody that's been asking about the Tyler Cox Memorial car, the main one, with all the real cool parts and the 2.4 liter SR and all that stuff, is hiding under here. It basically runs. It's basically mostly done. It just needs to go in for paint. I feel really bad for not finishing it, but I had somebody working on it and they left, and it's kind of stalled out. But all the main hard fabrication and all the work and all the engine stuff and all the tuning and all that stuff is basically done. What we get held up on is like it'll get a leaking gas tank, and this is a brand new OEM out of the box from Nissan gas tank. So every time anything goes wrong with this car, I buy a brand new part because I wanted the car to be like really nice. So it's like a $500 gas tank at cost because I get hooked up by Nissan, and then I have to install it, which requires pulling the subframe and pulling everything else. And I've had the subframe out of that car like 5 times. And there's Tyler Katulik's car. Yeah, anyways, let's go. See you later. Bye.